baseball and fast pitch softball started here in Havre. He's also been a great supporter of Havre High School and MSU Northern. From the inception of the Havre Walleye chapter, Russ has been there. He has donated Canadian fishing trips that rivaled any outfitter. He remains a strong supporter. The number of people Russ has introduced to fishing is countless. To this day, he continues to share his great love of walleye fishing with others. Often, dedications are given after a person has passed. We're glad and thankfully Russ is still with us and still contributing. At the age of 79, he shows us how to live with passion for his family and compassion for others. He also continues working to improve our community. Here's to many more years of Russ getting into his boat to wait for that tug at the end of his line. God bless Uncle Russ, Russ Evans.
So I got to come clean with the story. I just got to get off my chest. And I hope you don't kick me in the butt. So for any of you guys that have that Minn Kota, the autopilot, the little remote control thing that you fish with, run your trolling motor, Uncle Russ got one and I got one, and I programmed my address, my little remote, to his address on his boat, and we're up at Tobin fishing. And he is frustrated. All of a sudden his boat just goes to the left, and then all of a sudden it goes to the right, and he's pushing on his remote control. So I hope you don't remember that, but that was me that did that. So. I love you, buddy. From the board of directors, from all of us at the Fresno chapter of Walleyes Unlimited, we wanted to give you this picture. We thank you. And at this time, I'd like Pete Steinmetz to come up.
Well, Chili told me I had to come up here and talk, and then he promptly told me that I couldn't say anything bad about Russ. I'm done. About 20 years ago, Mike Knudsen worked for me at the dealership, and one day he said, he brought Russ in and he said, Russ has been looking for somebody to go fishing with him. I think that you're just the guy that would be able to do that. It cost me a lot of money because I've been fishing ever since. It's just been wonderful. And you know, I don't think anybody that I know loves fishing any more than this guy does right here. He doesn't know how to do it very well, but he does love to do it. The first time I went fishing with him and Gary Drykosen up in Canada, we were fishing and those guys were in front and acting smart about how good a fisherman they were and stuff. And I was trying different stuff out of Russ's tackle box, and I come across these little black wobble glows, and I put one on and I started catching fish. So I got in the tackle box and looked around, and when they weren't looking, and took all of them out of there that I could find. And pretty soon he saw that I was catching fish and said, "What are you using?" And I said, "These black wobble glows." He said, "Well, is there any more in there?" And I said, "No, I don't think there is." So a little ways down the lake, I lost my lure, and I looked around in his tackle box, and while I was doing that, I picked another one out of my shirt pocket, and I said, "Geez, here's another one." And after about the fourth time, they caught on, and I think that's what got me in the club, that I could spoof them as much as they could spoof me. And then I got to tell you about those wobble glows, Russ. I stole them from you and I want to give them back. Here they are. I put them on this pole for you, too.
Close.
Yeah. Now your Canadian buddy bought you something too here. And, yeah, I know, but this is a little different. You know, Russ is full of stories, and most of them are a little suspect. And, you know, the way the story goes, Pinocchio, when he talked and he said things that weren't quite true, his nose grew. Well, these guys had some artist up in Canada make this thing to show you what grows on Russ when he's talking.
It's a lie.
It's his feet. You put a hot dog on there, Russ, and put that on the grill. But anyway, Russ, I've enjoyed 20 years of fishing with you, lying to you, listening to your lies, arguing with you, fighting with you, playing cards with you. Oh, I want to tell you another story. One time, we're out antelope hunting, and there aren't any fish and game guys here, are there? Anyway, we were doing fair chase in the pickup, trying to get ahead of these antelope, and I said, this was years ago when you could still do that. Anyway, I said to Russ, I said, you know, I don't see you dying a natural death. And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, I think you're going to be chasing a herd of antelope or something over one of these fields, and you're going to go over a hill where the antelope went, and they're going to turn right, and you're going to go over that cliff that's about 100 feet down. He says, well, what the hell's wrong with that? And I said, the only thing I can think of is I'm going to be sitting right here in this seat beside you. Anyway, Russ, as I said before, I love you, and I hope we get to fish many more years together, buddy.